Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alin Fitri Amalia, and today I would like to present my presentation, and the topic is about old tradition in modern lifestyle. Okay, but before that, I would like to tell you about what become my focus in this presentation is the tradition that is still practiced in this modern era and become a part of our lifestyle. Also, the importance of preserving our tradition. Okay, in this modern era, our life starting from the way we talk, our daily activities, our food, communication tools, and then transportation, everything is advanced and so sophisticated. Anything that smells of tradition is considered out of date. But there are still countries that still preserve their tradition, and one of those countries is Indonesia. Indonesia is a country that full of tradition. Each country has a different and unique tradition. Indonesian culture is very beautiful. That's why many tourists come and learn about our culture. Culture is a reflection. Culture is a reflection and identity of a country. Therefore, it is very important for us to conserve our culture. Indonesia is a country that always maintains its culture and tradition. Even though the time has advanced, they haven't forgot the tradition that passed down by their ancestors. We can nowadays through we can nowadays traditional event that always carried out by Indonesian people. And for the example, is the city where I live. I live in small city called Rembang. It is located in the province of Central Java. Although small, Rembang has a lot of tradition, and this tradition is still preserved until this day. And one of those tradition is Tekapumi. Okay. Maybe some of you already know what Sekapumi is, but let me tell you about the definition of Sekapumi. Sekapumi is a traditional ceremony that symbolizes the gratitude for the earth that has provided sustenance in the form of earth products. Actually, this ceremony is very popular in Indonesia, especially in Java. It's important because for us, it is a form of gratitude to God Almighty, and at the same time, as a prayer to be given, to always be given healthy, and then safety, and then abundant sustenance, and then we keep away from plagues. We also ask for the harvest and marine product will be more abundant than the previous year. And one of the myths about sedekah bumi is if we don't do it, we will get a disaster. And still a lot of people who believe in this myth and always doing this old tradition every single year. Okay. And one of the myths about sedekah bumi is if we don't do it, then we will get a disaster. Still a lot of people who believe in this myth and always doing this old tradition every single year. Sedekah bumi is held once a year, and each village has different time. Sedekah bumi has ritual in it. It has several strands of event, but as I know, it has three main events um, and some activities that usually we do when there is a sedekah bumi event. First, nyekar or praying together. Second is kenduri or eat together. Third is entertainment. And then usually we will visit our relative or our friend's house, and then we will provide food for guests. The first is nyekar. Nyekar or praying for the ancestor. In this series of ritual, the community will together goes to the grave in the middle of abundant grave of villagers. Usually they will bring offerings containing earth product to be prayed for. And and kenduri or eat together. After Nyekar, usually the community will gather together in the some place, and then they will eat together, and they will be given the result of the offerings that have been prayed for. And then the most exciting part from Sedekah Bumi is the entertainment. And if there is a Sedekah Bumi, we will hold events such as dangdut or ketoprak. It will begin after Nyekar and Kenduri. It is intended to entertainment, build togetherness and harmony between the community. This is not part of the tradition. This is not part of the ritual, but this is part of Sedekah Bumi. Provide food for guests visiting our house. When there is a Sedekah Bumi event in a village, the community will cook and make traditional food such as tumbuk and bugis. Because when there is an event in village, our relatives and friends from other village will visit our house to establish friendship and upon their return, they will be given the traditional food like tumbuk and bugis. Me myself, I always come to my friend's house, even every single time if there is Sedekah Bumi. This is very fun for me because I can hang out with my friends, we can gather together, and upon my return, I will be given food like tumbuk and cookies. And so this is the one of the tradition in my village. Even though it's currently a pandemic, we still celebrate this event, even it's just simple. Because tradition is important to be preserved, even though we are in the modern era, we cannot forget our tradition. And last, from me, the conclusion, a lot of tradition that have been passed down to the current generation, and many of them are still practicing it. This is very good because tradition is the identity of a country. If tradition is lost, then we will lose our identity too. This is why it is important for us to preserve it. Never forget who we are, where we live, and where we come from. Thank you so much for listening my presentation, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.